Hey everybody, how are we doing today? My name's Jaron.
My name is Larz.
We're your hosts of Typically Divergent Podcast. Our pronouns are he, him, and
Welcome to our podcast.
welcome to our podcast. Please ignore the sound. Okay.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. We're going to jump right into it. So I have a lot of things I want to kind of get over today on and off the record. And what I want to get on the record is that I want to tell the people why we didn't record last week.
Okay.
I want to tell you about my week. I want to hear about your week.
Okay.
I want to relax and I want to chit chat.
Sounds good to me.
So last week we didn't record because I quit smoking cigarettes. Quitting smoking. Yay. Stick that thumb up to big tobacco. Just kidding. I don't have anything against big tobacco. I have everything against how expensive it has gotten. So
Yeah, true.
We didn't record last week because I was withdrawing and in my big boy feels and my little boy feels. Hey, Dozer, relax.
Staring at us.
So, I was not feeling up to doing any of it last week. So that's why we didn't record. I didn't bring anything up on the podcast about me quitting prior to because I didn't want anybody to hear it. And then that's one more person to let down if I wasn't successful. Today is day 11. I'm doing good, doing fine. Withdrawals are not as bad as what they had been before. I think I was really ready this time. But
11 days. That's pretty good, dude. What was the last long stretch?
30 days.
Okay.
And then Nicholas and I broke up.
Okay. Well, that's not going to happen this time.
I know.
And I know that you're thinking it.
Well, both of us have been for a very long time. We've been avoiding doing this because we knew what happened the last time.
Yeah.
So we were hesitant. But I picked the date. 30 days go by. Boom. Smoke free. So I was having some really bad negative thinking because of the withdrawals. And part of that was also had to do with a lot of things that was going on with the show, with my personal life. And so I was just like, hey, Larz, I'm having a battle in my head, so we're not recording tonight. We're going to use the Vault episode. Good thing it was there. So I hope you folks liked it. So this week, everything is up to date.
Great.
Today is August the 10th.
2023.
Era's tickets go on sale tomorrow. I did not get a code, but I'm still crossing my fingers, hoping maybe I'll have to fight the Great War tomorrow. So we'll see. If this episode gets released, I don't know. So that is my life right now.
So you didn't get a code.
I didn't get a code. A lot of people didn't get codes, and that's fine. But there were a lot of people. There were a lot of people that were not talking about getting codes. Of course, 31 million people, and only so many people got codes, right?
Right.
So the amount of people who are talking about getting listed is going to be very high. And there were some people that were like, I got a code. And I was like, death to you. Death to all of them.
Right.
But, I mean, that's just me being jealous. And 1989 is going to be released October 27th.
I saw that.
So you can bet your ass I'm going to be listening to Taylor Swift on Halloween. And yeah, I mean, everything else has been kind of Gucci.
How do you stay? I'm sorry.
What?
I'm thinking about Taylor Swift. How do you stay humble? 31 million people want to see you. How does one fathom that?
I would think that when you have that many people that turn against you, that it would probably remind you that you're a person.
I understand.
I don't know. I had my last appointment with Erica today.
Oh.
Before she goes to Spain, and we talked about Taylor Swift today because I didn't have anything else to talk about. So it was she's like, "Oh, Jaron, today's your last appointment?" I said, "Yeah," and she goes, "Well, I don't like that. We need one more appointment before I go." And I said, "Erica, I don't have anything to talk about today."
I don't have any more to say.
I pushed this appointment back, thinking that I was going to get tickets. I was gonna get a code for Taylor Swift. And she goes, "Oh, that's what you pushed back. That was the concert." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was, tell me about this. So I did. I said my protector was too busy preventing me from doing EMDR last time I was here. So I'm fine. I quit smoking cigarettes. I didn't tell her about that until today. And so she was, yeah.
What'd she say about that?
She was like, well, that's pretty great. How are you feeling? I said, I feel like my head is really clear. This is what's been going on. This is how the last couple of days have been. And she was, I think you're good. You're going to be okay. I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. So what's been going on in your world? How's your head? How's your week?
My week so far has been good. I'm back to work after my 10-day vacation.
Oh, yes.
And I didn't realize how much I needed it until like day 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when I was like, okay, this feels really good.
Yeah.
Just to sit. I spent the first weekend just kind of relaxing and doing not much of anything. And then Monday through Friday, I worked on the house and the yard a little bit.
Mm.
So that was very therapeutic because I wasn't also in school. So it was just whatever I needed to get done and whatever I enjoyed doing, I would just do it.
Mm.
Then this past weekend, I was in Michigan with my dad, stepmom, my oldest sister, basically like my dad's side of the family, like our intermediate family, in my hometown where I was born. And
which is
Muskegon.
Michigan.
It's northern Michigan.
Isn't there like a spice or like a barbecue? Mesquite barbecue. That's what I'm thinking.
Close, but not quite.
No, definitely not quite enough.
It was very like, I'm trying to think of a word to use besides therapeutic because I just used it in a sentence not just a few seconds ago. But being by the water again.
Oh, there's something to be said about people who live being close to water.
Yeah, being around water again and being with my family in the town where I was born was very surreal in the space that I am now as a person. It felt different. Yeah. It felt better. It didn't feel chaotic and it didn't feel triggering, which it has in the past. I think my inner child was definitely reaching out and I was able to connect with them because I have been thinking of my grandmother often. She's been in my mind a lot.
Okay.
And she lived on the lake. I grew up on the lake, but her lake was special because that was where she lived. That was where I spent a lot of my time as, like 5 to 10 to 12. And being on the lake that I was able to like just connect with my inner child and play in the water and had my dogs and Jenny was there with me. It was almost like a place where I could like land and reflect about where I've been and where I am now. Okay. And like just as a journey as just a person.
Okay.
And before we left town, I visited 3 spots. So I drove by my grandma's house on the lake. I drove by my other grandma's house in the city. And then I drove past the church that my parents met. There was just a force that was pulling me to go just drive past them.
Yeah.
See what they are now and feel those feelings that come up when you're there. And I know that something in EMDR that I've been dealing with is when I feel emotions working through them instead of just fawning and trying to block them out and put up a big old barrier around me and not deal with it. I felt that was just something I needed to do. There are a lot of tears.
Oh, yeah.
Just by driving by.
Oh, yeah. Well, because your hometown is so far away, you don't get the opportunity to just make a peep.
No.
Like I do.
Yeah.
And I think, and my stomping grounds, you could say, are only like 30 minutes outside of Fort Wayne. And for me, I'm like, oh, God, that's so annoying. Like, I don't want to drive 30 minutes one way just to go feel some feelings. Mm-hmm. But I do it all the time.
Sometimes you need to.
Yeah. And you are
Muskegon's 3.5 hours away.
Yeah, you're hours away. So it's totally normal for someone who has not had the opportunity to do that in a long time to go do that. And I think it's really great that you did have that chance to do it. And I think it feels really nice to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. Are you still going to rent out the Airbnb house?
Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just haven't decided a weekend to do it. That's going to be very emotional because that is where that is my old stomping ground.
Yeah.
Because that was where I think that in that house is where a lot of the things that took place that molded me as a person.
Right.
Yeah.
The bigger life events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be a little different. Other than that, the trip went smoothly. No drama.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Did you and Jen fight in the car?
No.
I always imagine that the two of you, I don't know why. And I was going to say, don't tell Jen this, but I'm going to tell everybody on the podcast anyway. I feel like when you two road trip together, that when you are at home and when you are there, you're fine. But getting there, you guys bicker all the time.
We don't really bicker in the car on the way there, but Jenny sometimes lollygags in the morning.
Okay. So it's hard to get her out.
Yeah, it's like herding cats.
Oh.
Sometimes.
I'm like packing the car the night before. The second you get up, brush your teeth, shit your pants, we're leaving.
So I was raised to make sure that you do things the night before.
Yeah.
And I think with Jenny, I don't think it's much that she just wasn't, that's not like she wasn't taught that, but I think that with her physical ailments, sometimes it prohibits her from doing that. But sometimes when I get like a wind up my ass and I know we're going somewhere,
you want to go,
I will like do something, even if it's little, I'll do something to prep for the trip.
Yeah.
Because I hate being rushed in the morning when you have to go somewhere and you're traveling long distance.
Yeah.
It's very anxiety, like that triggers me. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
I'd be like, oh, that door needs a new doorknob. Well, I mean, let's go ahead and just fucking fix it. So when I come home, the new doorknob is on the door.
That is how ADHD manifests in me.
Buddy.
Yeah.
You want to talk about ADHD manifestation? We call them my ADHD projects. Okay. So
DIY project.
No, they're my daily ADHD tasks. Mm-hmm. Grinding coffee for the coffee maker and having the coffee in the pot with the well full of water ready to go.
Yeah.
Bottles of the jugs of water that we fill up to keep cold, fill those up, and get my lunch for the next day put together. I could be in the middle of cooking dinner and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the coffee pot for tomorrow. And then like the kitchen's like on fire and I'm like, at least caffeine's ready for tomorrow. So yeah, we call it my ADHD project.
It's like a ritual.
Yeah.
Ritual routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is bickering before the trip. Oh. When we get settled into the car, everything's fine.
Like, I'm so sorry that I said that about what I said earlier. You know, I'm only apologizing because we're going to be in the car for the next 4 hours together.
or I'll just be like, hey, Jen, like, next time, please do this. Like, this really helps me.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of talk it out. Mm-hmm. Like, what could we do better next time? And plus,
look at that growth.
And plus, with the dogs, bringing the dogs sometimes, that adds another layer of complexity into the whole fucking ordeal. Because it's like having two toddlers because they have to have their backpack packed. Oh. They have to have their water. They have to have their bed. Imagine having, like, down the road when we get a child, it's going to take us, like, another fucking 50 minutes just to get anything done.
I have been fantasizing so much about being an uncle. Like, I
oh, no. You can let it out, buddy.
I'm gonna teach her so much about Taylor Swift.
Or he
because Taylor's long live. And she says, and when you have kids someday and they point out my pictures, please tell them my name. And I'm like, I'm never going to have kids, Taylor, but I will tell everybody your name. It's going to be like, so what did you do today? I hung out with Uncle Jaron and he drove me around all town. All he did, actually, he drove me to New York and back because we had to listen to every era of Taylor Swift.
She'll say era.
Yeah, she will. I'm in my 2-year era. You're 2 years old. No, it's my new 2-year era. And it'll be from one extreme to another. So it'll be that, and then it'll be The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's fine.
Which was
Nightmare will definitely be in the house.
Yeah.
It already is. Though.
Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. This is our town of Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Pumpkin scream in the dead of
That was
night.
pretty good.
I know.
Ooh,
Never we could
cover band coming 2024.
The only thing that is a cover is us hiding our physical appearance. We're a covered band.
We're a
covered. I love that couch.
We should design just a joke from this episode as the cover of just like we just make up a cover album, and that's the podcast.
I'll reach out to M. M actually has a whole list of fake band names that they've been putting together, and there are some good ones. There's some really good ones.
Good for them. Speaking of the dogs, real quick, Cabbage and Toad got to swim in a big body of water for the first time. They did so good. Toad is like he's getting there. He needs a life jacket.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of floats. He doesn't really paddle yet.
Mm-hmm.
Cabbage was just like a natural. Like he just started paddling and swimming right away.
Do you have like the dog vests?
We don't have those yet.
Okay.
They had their harnesses on.
Okay.
So we like put them in the water and we carried them a little bit.
They are small dogs. You can do that with yours.
The Cabbage was fine. He did it.
I always forget how tiny your dogs are compared to Dozer.
Yeah, Dozer can just be in the water.
Well, Dozer, I know, but like I'm thinking like Dozer needs to figure it out himself because I'm not carrying him.
Yeah, no
But
way.
you're like, I mean, it's like carrying a purse.
Yeah.
Basically. It's like holding in a bag.
The funny part about Cabbage is, or both of them actually, when you have them in the water and they're doggy paddling, when you take them out of the water, they still do it.
Yes, all of our pugs used to do that, and it
was so cute.
And it wasn't fast either. It was just like they knew they were out of water.
It was just a reflex.
Yeah, I was like, well,
yeah.
It's like when you let go of the gas on a car and it just like slows down.
Yeah, that was exactly what it was. And Cabbage with his big eyes and his like he put his ears back.
Yeah.
He looks like a seal when he was in the water. It was so funny.
You were talking about crying earlier. I did lots of crying last week.
Yeah, tell me about. I haven't talked to you in a few days. So.
It was since Wednesday.
Yeah.
So there have been some things lately where I'm like, I think I'm autistic. But with smoking, not smoking specifically, but with something I've been seeing a lot on TikTok because it is on my FYP, because it is things that I follow and things that I interact with. However, within the autistic community and like other people who are neurodivergent, which is why that's part of my FYP, addiction and repetition and behaviors and rituals are really easy for us to follow into because they keep us aligned in some sort of way, keeps us centered. And smoking cigarettes is a really big one for the neurospicy community because it's a hand-to-mouth thing. You can use it as an excuse to separate yourself from a group of people. Sometimes people will use it as an opportunity for them to be able to socialize with other people. When you take those things away from people who are neurodivergent, then it takes away their coping skills or their coping mechanism. Because those have been taken away from me. Recently, I've been like, why would I want a cigarette right now? So like you were talking earlier about like, because of EMDR, you're being able to like sit with your feelings and figure out where those are coming from, right? So like I can sit with those feelings of like wanting to smoke a cigarette and know that like part of me just never wanted. One, I didn't think I'd make it to my 30s anyway. Didn't care about wanting to live. When people are like, I'm so proud of you, you're going to save this much money. I want everyone to know that's listening, I did not care. I still do not care how good it is to not be smoking. I smoked for reasons, and I loved those reasons. And one of them was being able to socialize with people. Well, now that I don't really socialize with people, now I'm using it as a reason to step away from people. Mm-hmm. And so now that I don't have my moment to do that, or my coping mechanism to separate myself from people to recharge for 5 or 10 minutes, now this like truer version of myself is coming through. And I haven't like seen much of it other than just like I've been really silly. And I think that's probably from the withdrawals, but like we've been manic on the podcast. I was manic, like an 11 out of a 10 scale last Saturday, and it was disgusting. Like,
In what way?
because it was obnoxious and it was loud and I was in public and I was at my job.
Oh no.
But I was having a really good time. Like,
That's all that matters.
yes, and as soon as that individual left my chair, immediately plummeted. And then it was like I was back to being really quiet, and it was like, wow. This is either from the withdrawals or maybe like this is just some parts of me that are like still kind of there. And also, I smoked my first cigarette at 12. Katie Whirling and I were in middle school. She and I met. We were living in two housing additions that were connected in the middle. And she walked my way, I walked her way. And she had stole cigarettes from her mom. And she said, if you flip your tongue back into your throat like this, I look like a turtle. If you flip your tongue back and when you inhale, you won't get addicted. Somebody that she was friends with stopped flipping his tongue back in his throat, and then he got addicted. And so we would walk around the housing addition smoking these cigarettes with our tongues flipped back, thinking we wouldn't get addicted. And I was like, that doesn't make no fucking sense. So then at 16, I wanted to get to know this guy that I had a crush on at work. Mm-hmm. And he smoked, and I was like, well, I want to be like cool, and like smoking gave me an opportunity to like be able to socialize people. And 16 years later, here we are giving it up. And Nicholas was like, I'm thinking about shaving my face. It's a good way to like, you know, start this whole new journey over with a new face. And I was like, well, if I shave my face and see that teenager's face again, maybe I can give him an opportunity to like do some healing of his own.
Yeah.
So
I shaved my face for the first time.
I know. Jen told me about that, that you were going to be doing it.
You two are like little chit, like little hens.
We don't talk bad about you. We just chit chat.
I don't care.
Okay. She
That's
tells
cute.
me, she tells me things.
It was easy, and it filled a hole in my. It filled.
Oh no! With concrete.
What do I do?
Oh.
I was just gonna say that the trans mask man in me was very fulfilled.
There we go.
And it was easier than what I thought it was going to be. I honestly thought I was going to cut myself, and I didn't.
Toe tap on that one, buddy. Good job.
I was so proud of myself.
You also like don't have a whole lot yet.
No,
to like get
right.
caught for a cut, but like if you practice your patterns,
Yeah, it was really it was a good place to start because it was just like a patch, like
Billy Goat.
it was like a little tiny Billy Goat patch.
Yeah.
But then it kind of burned, and the day after, okay, it didn't burn. I could just feel like some heat. Like,
Did you wash your face before you shaved?
I did. I washed my face, and I also put a warm towel on my face
After?
before.
Okay. And then what did you do after?
I moisturized.
Okay.
It wasn't, but I was pleased to see that I didn't like break out in a rash because my skin is, especially my face, is so sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do you have to tell me? I'm scared.
I got out of the shower yesterday.
Did you poop? Did you poop in the tub? No. Okay, what?
Yes, this morning.
Shut the fuck up! You did not! I don't want to see him. Oh no!
Okay.
Are you so one day you're gonna look back on these episodes when we're rich and making money, and you're gonna be like, "Why did I talk about shitting myself so much?"
Because that's what made us money.
You guys, you like the new podcast that we just found out about? Yeah, typically divergent. Yeah, it's totally cool. Yeah, you know what? The guy shits his pants all the time.
So okay, you're reminding me now. I have more to tell you.
Okay.
So we're gonna back it up a little bit.
The shower.
No, we're gonna go further back.
Okay.
We're gonna go back to shaving.
Okay.
Nicholas goes, I'm thinking about shaving my face. I feel like it's going to be a good new start, blah, blah, blah. And I go, I will too. He goes, are you sure? And I said, yeah, babe. I shit my pants. You shave your face. Remember,
It's all happening.
We're doing this. We do everything together. This morning, I made protein brownies last night.
Okay.
They're not good. They do not taste like anything.
Oh, no.
And I kept eating them thinking like, well, if I just eat more, then eventually they'll taste like chocolate. No, that's not how that works. But I did not go to the gym this morning because I could not get off the toilet.
No.
And I thought that when I took the white paper from the gods to help me in the valley of chocolate, that I had cleared myself of all my sins.
Okay. Yeah.
I stood up and put my underwear on.
Okay.
And did not. I immediately feel it. And Nicholas, so this week, I got home from work today, immediately went into the kitchen to put dinner together, and then started relaxing. I left that underwear over there on the stairwell so that when I would get home, I would hide them. I forgot. So when Nicholas got home, we're walking upstairs and he's like talking, and then he sees them and he stops talking and he goes to grab them and I go, "Don't touch those." And he goes, "What happened?" And I said, there was an accident this morning. I forgot to grab those. Don't worry about it. And he goes, "Oh, did you touch cotton?" And so I told him all of this story up until this point. And so he goes, "Oh, so did you touch cotton?" I said, "It was more than that. It was like, like a wax sealed envelope." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, so you Hershey kissed it." And I was like, it wasn't a change of color, Nicholas. It was a full transfer from body to fabric. And I set them over there, and he came home. So I got a pair of shitty underwear over there. I gotta go take care of at some point. I thought about what you said. Just throw them in the washing machine. They might be down in the washing machine for a while, though.
Just throw some vinegar in there. It's
I just did so much laundry the other day. So yesterday was my day off, and I cleaned some of the house. And when I say some of the house, I mean like, that kind of deep cleaning where you're cleaning like your deposit depends on it.
Like when you're on the floorboards and with scrubby and like yeah.
You spend like 3 hours in one room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was that kind of cleaning yesterday.
Oh yeah,
I hate it. I hate it. I would love it if I had gotten more done, but I spent 8 hours working on the bathroom, and like I told Nicholas, I said, well, not 8 hours in the bathroom. I spent 8 hours in the bathroom.
Okay.
And then
okay, good.
Deep vacuuming and dusting the bedroom, the landing upstairs, the stairwell, the living room and the dining room, and then just doing a quick vacuuming in the kitchen. And he came home and he was, "Oh baby, thank you so much. The house looks great." And I was like, "I just want you to know that it took me all of Taylor Swift's debut album plus half of Fearless TV just to clean the bathroom." I said, "For two gay men, we disrespected the fuck out of that bathroom. I am embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to be a gay man right now." And it's just it's not like it was inhabitable by any means. Just, some things you just kind of like surface clean, you're like, well, I gotta do it just because guests are coming. No, like I scrubbed. I took apart the bidet. Bidets look so funny when you take them off a toilet. And then when you turn them on and you see that little thing come down to go to spray the water, where did you come from? It's like a backwards button.
Yeah, we have one, but we can't use ours because our piping is not right for it. It's causing a leak in our ceiling every time we use it.
Okay, so we are not having the exact same issue, but there is an issue with our toilet.
Okay.
Since Nicholas put the tushy in.
Really?
Yes. It's been leaking, and like his dad has come over and has looked at it, and that's why the bathroom looks the way that it does. That's why that that floor looks like construction floor. It just in that one spot because it's leaking ever since Nicholas put that tushy in there. I know. And his dad's looked at it. His dad's had a plumber look at it. They can't figure it out. And I'm like,
a plumber can't figure it out?
Right. So then just get rid of it.
I'm just gonna take it out.
Just get rid of the bidet.
Yeah. I mean, we shut it off, so it just sits there.
So we can use it and it doesn't cause any leakage when it's being used, but because it is now on there, now that toilet has been having some issues.
That's interesting. Because ours, we had to completely disconnect it because even if we connected it and shut the water off that leads to it, it still leaks.
Oh, this is not like a bad review for Tushy brand. I think bidets are great. Well,
I loved it when we used it. It was like for a day.
I just don't want anybody to think that we're like
bidet for a day.
Shitting on our Tushy.
Can I tell you a quick story about poop? Now, when we first started having conversations about poop in the pants, a core memory popped in my mind, but I didn't want to talk about it in that moment because I didn't want to take the spotlight off of your poop story.
You can always take the spotlight away.
But I wanted you to have your moment because it was fucking funny. But there was a time where I pooped my pants to where I had a turd in my drawers.
Like a log?
A log, dude.
Okay.
I was like...
Go for it.
Okay, I was like 9 or 10 years old, okay? Ooh. And Tyler is involved.
Right age for embarrassment.
Tyler was involved.
Okay.
Because it happened at Tyler's birthday party. So Tyler lived 5 houses down from me.
Okay.
Growing up.
Uh-huh.
So I just remember being in this dining room.
Uh-huh.
He was opening up in his gifts. I had to shit so bad, but I didn't want to poop.
Right, because you were holding it in.
Yes, I was holding it in. Right. And I was like thinking to myself, why didn't I just go upstairs and do it? But I think I was embarrassed.
To be pooping?
To poop in the house. So I held it and I held it and Tyler made me laugh and it just came out. Dude, I was so mortified. I didn't tell anybody.
Did you stink?
I don't know, probably.
You walked around with a turd in your pants. But I'm like, okay, everybody, let's have cake and ice cream. No.
I left immediately and I went home. And can you imagine me running down the street?
You didn't run, you waddled.
I probably waddled down the street with a turd in my pants.
Jesus Christ.
Because
thank God for...
I wasn't getting on a bike.
Well, no. Did you ride a bike there?
I probably did, but I remember not riding the bike home, so I was probably smart enough to be like, if you sit down on your seat, it's gonna get in your vagina.
Is that why so many people? So like there was that one year about 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, and people would walk around they would walk their bike instead of riding it. And I made a point to ask somebody, why are all these people walking their bikes instead of riding their bikes? And someone was like, oh, it's probably because they don't know how to ride it. But you think it's because they were shitting themselves?
Or they had hamsters up there.
Okay, Fred Gordy.
But I remember hiding my underwear behind the toilet because I plopped the turd into the toilet and I hid it because I didn't want my mom to find it because I knew that she would fucking flip.
Yeah, because how dare you poop your pants? How dare you have an accident?
And I remember my mom finding them a couple days later.
Oh my! Well, yeah,
behind the toilet, and I'm sure she probably chewed me out.
So. There was a time...
We're really ping-ponging these stories today.
There was a time when I was in Boy Scouts. Or maybe I was... No, it was Cub Scouts. There is a difference. Anybody out there, if you know, you know. We were in Cub Scouts, and we were at this... we were at Jellystone up north. Mm-hmm. I don't know why or whose parents it was or who was related to the person that we were staying with, but somebody had a camper and they also had a shed. I think it was like a seasonal place. And they like a wooden shed. And they set up all of the Cub Scouts to go sleep in their tents in this wooden shed. Which I think now is like...
That is creepy as fuck.
Right. You're hauling kids into a wooden box to have them sleep on plywood in a... I almost said mattress.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s. Yeah, you're right. So... Yeah. It was the 90s. Yeah. So, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you tell me, oh, no. So they said, if you need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, just come inside and you can use the bathroom in the camper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to poop.
Okay.
Of course, like I'm not gonna like hold it if I gotta pee. I'm gonna pee outside. And I was like, did they really say that? Like I was gaslighting myself. Like, did they really say I could come inside if I needed to go use the bathroom? Or like, did they just say that but they didn't mean it? Like I like
Right.
as a child, I shouldn't be having these thoughts.
You should just have when an adult tells you to do something, you should just feel inclined to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been second guessing myself.
It's a fucking toilet.
I know.
You poor thing.
So I held it, and I was up all night trying to, fight the pressure.
Oh my God.
Pooped my pants. I didn't bring any more underwear because it was a one night thing.
You're just raw dogging it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you throw your?
I not only touched cotton or made a transfer, but it spread out.
Yeah. Aww.
And then we went horseback riding. I pounded. I packed the fudge into the underwear. And when I would go to talk to people, back up. I could smell it. Everybody smelled it. Nobody said anything. They were being so nice. They probably thought
with the horses, they can't really smell much around them.
But I mean, like, I was feeling it from the moment I woke up to the moment I got home.
You probably had a rash on your ass.
My dad picks me up.
Oh, no.
He goes, "Hey, Jaron, how was your time?" I said, "Before I get in this car, I want you to know I had an accident." And he goes, "Okay." And so I told him, he goes, "Jaron, you didn't have an accident. You just shit yourself." You shit yourself.
You straight up shat, boy.
And so, when I was younger, and I used to touch cotton a lot.
There's a pattern here, bro.
Because
That
again,
was the best EMDR session I've ever had. Right there, we unlocked it.
because remember, I used to hold it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, really. I used to hold it because I didn't want to leave my friends.
Right, you didn't want to miss out.
So I didn't want to miss
the timeline
out.
changed every time we went to the bathroom.
And sometimes I didn't know this, but we had a maid at the house because of my mother's OCD and her need for clean.
The cleanliness mother has a child that shits himself.
And so sometimes I would take my pants when I go to the bathroom and put my pants on the floor. And then when I would pull them up, sometimes the underwear would rub up against underneath the toilet. And the maid got really confused because she couldn't figure out why there was shit on the bottom of the toilet. So she asked my mom what was going on, and then
Your mom told her, didn't she? Why the fuck would she say that?
She goes, "Jared, I had to tell her that you get skid marks in your pants and you get skid marks on the toilets." I mean, it got crusty. It would be. She showed me once. She goes, "Do you see what you did?" And I was like, "Oh my god, that's like dried clay." It was stuck. You had to chip it off with a fingernail or something. Oh, I was like,
oh.
So yeah, My pattern of behavior needs to be examined.
I think that you should schedule another appointment with Erica and be like, I shit my pants.
Why do I keep doing this?
You just be like, I need to sit with this feeling. Why do I shit my pants?
I'm gonna pay you so that I can sit in this chair across from you and feel my feelings.
Okay, you're sitting.
Yeah.
You're walking around. You're feeling the pressure of the poop coming on, and you hold it. What's your body feeling? Why are you holding your shit? What are you feeling in your body right now?
FOMO.
The fucking shit, Erica.
Oh my god. So, because I quit smoking, I was really worried that I wasn't going to be able to, like, get the train going in the morning.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
Good.
Yeah, I take Dozer on a walk around the block now with a cup of coffee. I looking like fucking hot dad. I did not walk around with my shorts and my flip-flops and no shirt on. And I'm just...
like the gayest man on the block.
I've got like 4 gay couples I gotta compete with that live on this block. I gotta let bitches know I'm the gayest.
I'm the fucking hamster bitch.
I'm the goddamn supreme.
Fucking hamster.
God.
That felt good.
Yeah, it did. I can't wait to hear that again.
Oh, man.
I wish... Oh, God, I wish for so many things. So, but yeah, that's what's been going on in my week.
Jaron's fanning
I'm
himself.
so hot. I'm sweating. My thighs are... What did I say to Donna? My thighs are so wet. I need to go to the bathroom and check myself. I can't believe you just said that. Yeah, Donna, we were all thinking it. It's okay.
Shout out to Donna.
Donna P, I love you so much. I still got to get you tattooed on my body.
Does she listen to our podcast?
No.
Why not?
No. Why not?
Yeah.
Because she has an iPhone that she's one of those old
From
people.
like 2005.
No, it's like up to date.
Okay. Go, Donna.
It's because of her medications and stuff that she's gotta be on a routine. But there's like a setting or something that you can do for senior citizens to like simplify your phone. And that's what she's done. It's basically like
it's the dial pad.
It's got a little bit more than that. It looks like the first iPod Touch. Like you got 5, 6, 7 icons.
There you go.
And you're good.
Okay.
But then like underneath of that, you have a smartphone that can do a lot.
Yeah. But you've got like a
for them,
gadget.
She's like, I just want to be able to take a quick photo. And it's so cute because like you pull it up and it's like, wow, that's what the original iPhone camera used to look like.
Oh, yeah.
But
she's got pictures of flowers and shit.
Yeah, she does. She does. I sent her a picture of Nicholas and I eating the ice cream that she bought us. And I said, I said, since you've got your new phone out, let me go ahead and send you a photo and I'm going to show you how to save a photo. And she was okay. And so I sent her the photo and she oh, that's a cute photo. And then I showed her how to save it. And then later that evening she texted me and she goes, thank you so much for sending that to me. I was like,
Donna, she lives by herself. Doesn't know.
No, her son lives with her.
Okay.
That's why they don't listen.
That's right, because you told me a story about her.
Yes. Yes, that's why they don't listen. Oh, Creepy John.
Oh.
Dozer and I were outside yesterday, tossing the ball back and forth. Well, more like me throwing his ball and him
watching you go catch it.
Yeah. And
Dozer.
the ball went into John's yard.
Okay.
And my first thought was like,
it's gone.
Sandlot. Sandlot.
Yep.
And it's not like in the backyard; it's the front yard. I can just walk. I can get there. You know, I'm.
You don't have to worry about no fence and no dog.
No.
Yeah.
He's never even outside. Well, he's not outside. He's not outside that I know of. John keeps a couple Christmas ornaments on his porch year round.
It's so weird that you said that because when I pulled up, I saw it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The snowman?
Yeah.
So I'm walking and I have this thought. What if he is watching me right now? What if this is like a Sandlot situation? I bend down. I get chills up my back. I bend down, pick up the toy. I turn, and then I turn my head over to the left, and there's the snowman.
Yeah.
The snowman has eyes that are marbles.
Yeah.
With blue irises and very large black pupils. So when you move,
it watches you.
Its eyes watch you. And I like moved. I moved a foot, and I saw the eyes follow me, and I went, oh, fuck no. And I knew I took my gay ass back into my yard, and I said, Dozer, we're going inside right now. And I looked back at the snowman, and it was almost like you could like tell that even though its head didn't turn, those eyes were still cranked over to the side of its head. And I was just,
I wonder if there's a camera in it.
Well, because I wanted to take a video and be like, hey, look at this, Larz. But I was like, what if there's a camera? Then John knows I know.
Yeah, and then,
I got to pretend like I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's probably, at the root of it, there's probably nothing.
Probably not.
We're just paranoid.
Yeah.
Great.
There's still people in the basement. As we stare at the house as we're recording. So, not in our last episode, not the vault episode, but the episode before that, you mentioned Prozac.
Oh.
And I want to just follow up around Prozac.
Okay.
Prozac is not for menstrual pain.
Okay.
It is a antidepressant.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, so I want to correct that.
I was like, when you said that, I was like, I'm going to believe what you say, but I feel like it's a gender neutral pill.
Well, it's got a history of like women, like female.
Oh.
Or.
Right, because the patriarchy thinks that people that have emotions are fucked up.
Yeah, so Prozac is an antidepressant.
Okay.
Not for menstrual pain or any menstrual whatever. And if there is, then I got very lucky.
Right. Right. And Wellbutrin is an antidepressant, but it also was used back in the Y2K era to help people quit smoking cigarettes.
And that's the T.
That's the T. And also methotrexate, one more, methotrexate, which is used for psoriasis nowadays, used to be cancer medication in the 70s.
Methotrexate, I tried that, I think, and it made me too sleepy. I couldn't take it anymore. You
sound like you were just like, yeah, I tried those Perk 30s. Did nothing for me.
I stopped taking them.
What were you prescribed it for?
Because I had like this weird like rash on my skin.
Oh.
It wasn't psoriasis, but I went to a dermatologist like twice.
Did you go to Sarkisian?
No.
Oh.
And they prescribed it to me, and I took it, and it knocked me on my ass, and I couldn't take it because I couldn't function.
That's weird. It made me throw up. Because I was like using whatever excuse I could to not be in college, and so I was like, oh, I'm on new medication, and it used to be used in the 70s as like chemo, and so like if I don't take it at the right time, I'm gonna throw up. And so then I would take it on an empty stomach, knowing I would get sick. I would show up at school. This was when I was a student teacher, so like at this point I didn't care.
Right.
This was the only time I went to college, and it was completely free.
Yeah.
And that was because my Pell Grants came in. The cost of my tuition was less than what my Pell Grants were coming in as. So like I went to college for an extra 1,000 hours, and I don't even have a license to show for it. I didn't even take the test. But I would, because also like you are considered an adult because you are a student teacher. If you have a life, a job, like they're not going to tell you can't stay. That's on you. If you're a beauty school student, you are on a schedule. You have to be there. So I was just like, well, I don't want to fucking be here because I want to go get high with my roommates because they just graduated. So like I would be like, oh my God, I just threw up in the toilet. And they'd be like, do you ever think about maybe like changing your medication to a different time of the day? And I was like, no, I have to take it in the morning. Like it's by my doctor. Like see and like shake the pill bottle. So if you were a student of mine and you wondered why I was always like skipping school, well, I was doing a lot of drugs then too. So I was in a really dark place in my life at that point. That was the year that I got essayed. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let us know if you've ever shit your pants. We want to hear about it. Email us at typicallydivergentpod@gmail.com. Please tell your friends about our show. We'd greatly appreciate it.
Interact with us on the social medias, please.
Yes, we're also
we real miss you.
Also, like, for people who want to message us about the show, if it's related to the show but you're private messaging one of us, that is much appreciated. And please direct those to our shared account and stuff, like the email or any of the social stuff that has the name Typically Divergent Pod on it. That way, if you're going to give us a compliment, both of us can see the compliment. Or if you're going to be shitty, that way we both get to see you be shitty.
I would love to get anything. If you want to if you're angry about something we said, say it.
Yeah, if you're taking Prozac and you're like, hey, that actually has helped with my cramps, let us know. Let us know. But yeah, anyway, do you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right, folks. Well, we love you so very much.
We love you so much.
And you will see us next week. And this is us signing out.
Bye.